Good morning, parents and students. This is installment number 4 of our series that we're calling Era Chats. Never dreamed when we started this that we'd be into this 4 weeks, and it looks like it'll even be longer than that. But appreciate the comments and support and things that we have received. Teachers, thank you so much for flipping the switch as you have to teach in a way that we knew was possible, but we had never had to do before, and you're just doing remarkable things. We're so proud of all of our faculty and staff, office workers, cafeteria workers, everyone in the district just pulling together to meet the needs of our children and of our community. Parents, thank you so much for your support. I've received lots of nice emails and support, and we appreciate that. At the same time, we know we're not perfect. And so if you have issues or concerns, please don't hesitate to email myself, tmartin@clintonpublicschools.com, and then I'll forward it to whoever needs to get that as we need to. We can't fix what we don't know, and so if there's something that needs to have our attention, please avail yourself of that opportunity. Parents, I want to come back to, students, I want to come back to the grading system very quickly. We touched on that last week, but this weekend, by the latest Monday, parents, students, you should be contacted by your school's principal, your teacher or teachers, and letting you know exactly the details of how the grading system is going to work out at your school. It's going to basically be kindergarten through 5th grade. They're going to be following some type of rubric so that points are awarded on a percent basis of the assignments that are completed, because basically in K-5 we're just looking at reading and math, language arts and math, just 2 subjects. When you get to 6th grade and on up, you're talking about multiple subjects, multiple teachers. And so in 6th grade through 12th grade, you'll be looking at some type of system where points will be awarded each week. Each teacher is being asked to give 2 assignments per week. Some of those will be through a Zoom lesson. Some of those will be just instructional lessons put into Canvas, but 2 main lessons per week, and each lesson will count a half a point, so that if you do both lessons, then you get the point for that week. And at the end of the time, of course, we'll add these points to the final grade. Let me go back and reiterate, we had some misunderstanding. We're averaging the first 3 9-weeks grades, and that's going to be the final grade for a student. And then these points, up to 10 points, will be added to that final grade. For instance, if Tim Martin had a 76 in biology for the first 3 9-weeks average, if I don't do anything, I'm going to keep that 76. But if I do all the work that is required of me in biology for my teachers, and I earn all 10 points, then my grade could go from a 76 to an 86 for a final grade for that course. And so students, it's important that you do these lessons. Students that have very high averages, especially at the high school level, really from 9th through 12th, when we're talking about Carnegie units and grade point averages, if you have a 98 average in a class, you might be tempted to say, well, I'll just keep my 98 and not do anything more. But we're going to take the top off of the grade scale, so that if you get all 10 points, your average in that class, instead of a 98, could be a 108, which would help your grade point average tremendously. That way we're not putting our top students at a disadvantage so that they can't earn but just 2 or 3 points. So if you have questions about that, your principals and your child's teachers should be contacting you with specifics with that. And again, if you have questions, you can contact the principals, or you can also contact us, and we'll be glad to help you. Over the next 2 weeks, the governor's orders, it goes into effect at 5 o'clock this afternoon. Of course, we'll have a shutdown for the next 2 weeks, statewide. Follow that. Follow the guidelines. Don't go out unless absolutely necessary. We're going to shut down all the campuses. We've been keeping them open each day from 10 to 2. We're going to close down central office as well. And so for the next 2 weeks, we'll be with you at home, sheltering in place, and hopefully we'll get through these next 2 to 3 weeks without any of our loved ones or any of us catching the virus. At present, none of our employees that we know of have been infected, but if something should happen, of course, we will be forthcoming and let you know that. During this 2-week period, we're planning on continuing doing lunches at Northside Eastside as a drive-through basis. If you do drive through there, understand that there won't be a lot of communication, won't be a lot of chit-chat, and that will just be handing out the lunches and letting you drive on. We're going to take an informal survey this afternoon as we pass out lunches today to see if enough people will avail themselves over the next 2 weeks of coming to do that. And if that's the case, if we have enough people that say yes, they would come, then we're going to continue to do that Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 11 o'clock to 12:30, drive-through service, and we'll give you double lunches on those days to take care of the days that we're not serving. We'll do that as long as we're able to do that, unless we have not enough people to come through and it's not worth our while. We're not going to put people in harm's way to do that unless it's necessary. We're willing and able to do it, but if it's not necessary, then we'll scale back. Seniors, I want to leave you with a word from Mr. Robinson, and he'll reiterate this probably in a video to you as well, but I want to give you my commitment. Mr. Robinson's on board, the school board is on board. We're going to have some type of graduation exercise. I don't know what it's going to look like. I don't know when it will take place. I don't know where it'll take place. But I give you my commitment. I give you my word. We know that graduation is very, very important to you. It's even more important to your families. You've done a lot of work for the last 13 years to get to this point. We're going to have graduation. I don't know when it will occur, and I don't know where it will take place, but I can promise you, we're going to have some type of celebration of you finishing your time as a Clinton Arrow. Over these next 2 weeks, as I said, the offices will be closed. Please take care of yourself. Take care of your families. Don't be out unnecessarily. We'll get through this. And students, we look forward to having you back. We miss you. Your teachers miss you. We want to get back to normal in school here in Clinton schools because you are what makes schools possible. The school buildings don't make school. Teachers don't even make school. The students are what make school. And so we miss you, and we wish you well, wish your parents well over these next 2 weeks. Thank you.